When applying for a job, whether it be full-time or casually, it is imperative and beneficial that research is undertaken on the school you're applying for and the area in which it is located in. This video will show you how to navigate through some websites which will support your understanding of your school and, most importantly, your students. Having sound knowledge on the school and community will provide you with an understanding of what type of children you will be teaching and some aspects of their personal ecology and what they may bring to the classroom. With the My School website, you are able to see an overview of a school's profile. Once you have searched your school, the first page of the school report contains a statement written by the school, setting out its characteristics and values. This page also includes basic facts about the school, including the number of students enrolled, the number of teachers, proportion of Indigenous students, and attendance rate. If a high school, Year 12 results are shown, including the proportion of students who achieved a vocational qualification and where the students went after school, whether to university or other training employment. There is a link to the school's own website. The page also features the school's rating on the Index of Community Socio-Educational Advantage, the ICSEA, which is an index developed to account for differences in student backgrounds such as parental income and education, to allow schools to be compared. This index is also used to form groups of statistically similar schools featured on a subsequent page. The tables in the NAPLAN tab display the school's average results in the NAPLAN, conducted in Years 3, 5, 7 and 9. The results are shown from previous years for each of the 5 areas tested: reading, writing, spelling, grammar, punctuation and numeracy. The school's average score for each area is shown, as well as the average in that area for a group of statistically similar students and the national average. Tips on how to interpret the tables are shown below the page. Although the My School website provides a good overview of the school, this should definitely not be your only source of information, as it does not take into account the school's essence and the uniqueness of the students and the families that attend. Teaching New Dogs Old Tricks recommends navigating to the school's own website. For the purpose of this video, we will use Miranda North Primary School. Type in the school's name into the Google search engine. The first link should be the correct website. You will be able to verify this by seeing the .schools.newsouthwales.edu.au at the end of the link. Once you enter the site, become familiar with the school's operations by looking at the latest news, or usually the school allows you to download their weekly newsletters. It is important to study these as it lets you know the school's values, how they approach the curriculum, and what extracurricular activities are available in the school. It will provide you with inspiration on activities you may enjoy being involved in, and if you feel your teaching philosophy matches and coincides with the school's. Studying the school calendar will also achieve this. Clicking on the curriculum link will allow you to attain a general outline of the skills that the students are being taught and how the teachers are structuring the curriculum content. This knowledge will provide you with a foundation base for what you expect when you start your own classroom. Another essential formula to the school is the staff. Becoming familiar with the position of the employees may benefit you once in the school and will prevent hindrances, as you will know the appropriate teacher to go to if any problems or questions arise. It may also be wise, once at the school, to note where these teachers' classrooms and offices are. Finally, the annual school report link forwards you to one of the most important documents of their website. This document will provide you with a complete background of the school in that year. The website will provide you with years previous to the current one to show progression. The annual school report will facilitate and complete your understanding of the school, as it supplies the public with detailed and thorough information on student information such as gender, attendance, class sizes and structure of classrooms, staff information, a financial summary, significant programs and initiatives, and achievements in the arts, sport, academia and NAPLAN. Within the NAPLAN information, it shows the progress of students in each element from Year 3 to 5. The document also gives the reader a perspective of the school's ideals and ethics and targets and aims for the future. Using the school's website is a doorway to the tenets of the school and general community, and a guide as to what you should embody if granted a job there. For a deeper understanding of the community, research the area on the Bureau of Statistics website. Click on Quick Stats, type in the area in which your school occupies and click Search. The page will give statistics on the area's people, family structures and dwellings and compare it to the national average. The information may not be as specific as the My School and personal websites, but understanding the community will assist and improve your awareness of your students' backgrounds and will in turn positively affect your classroom environment. Finally, looking at previous assessments from your students to see where your students were at academically and behaviourally will help when planning for the new school year, but shouldn't be seen as the absolute aptitude of the student. An idea to find out more about your students are conducting friendly interviews at the beginning of the year with parents to ask about their child's interests, strengths, and any concerns that they may have.
When it comes to trying to gather the resources that you need for your assessment records from the previous year, most schools will have, or I would assume most schools would have, the system in place where assessment records are kept together in one place. They usually will have a record system. You'll also find that they might have specific types of assessment kept together in separate areas as well. So you might have centre testing or different types of testing in other areas, and usually it's a matter of course that those teachers from the previous year will make those available either at the previous year's planning day. So if you're not there for that, you might miss out on that, but I'm sure if you saw that teacher, it's a matter of just communicating with the teachers. You go to either the teacher themselves or if they're not there or there's a problem with that, you can go see the supervisor, and they can help organise that for you and help smooth that process over if there's going to be a little bit of a problem with it. But you'll find most supervisors will be on top of that, and that's one of their responsibilities at the beginning of the year, is to make sure that those records are passed from teacher to teacher. As far as if you're not able to get those records, or if a student's records aren't available because they weren't there or whatever it might be, then obviously as part of that first few weeks of teaching, you might want to make sure that you're getting those diagnostics assessments or just assessments done yourself. So you might not have last year's assessments, but if you've got an assessment of where they're at the beginning of the year, that's pretty close to where they were at the end of last year. So you've got to get on top of that. And sometimes that's a matter of, if it's just one or two children, what you can do is you can set a task that you know that the other students will be able to go on and sort of complete independently, go on without the teacher sort of taking a big part in that, and that will give you the time to work one-on-one with those students. And that's a big part of any sort of classroom management or organisation, is that you'll often, if you do need to be working one-on-one with students, you plan tasks or activities that the other students will be able to do autonomously, and then that buys you the time that you need, because otherwise you'll never get that time. You don't get a free period there or a free period here for this one student. Whenever you do have to do individual student work, you have to find the time. That's what you need to do if you don't have the records yourself. Obviously, before you go to that step, if the records aren't provided for you first, there's nothing wrong with going and seeing the teacher that you need to get the records from. It's often the case, if it's a planning days and those sorts of things get lost or things get forgotten, and it just might be a simple communication error or something like that. Or especially if you're a new teacher as well, they might not know who they had to hand the results to. So it helps to go and sort of find them yourself, and that way you're starting to build your contacts, and you're liaising with the other teachers. So that's also handy as well. So yeah.